Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Happy Friday. Happy Friday, man. I hope you guys are having an amazing start to your day. I am over here at work getting some things done. Well, not really, because I'm over here talking to y'all. But but anyway, nonetheless, man, I had something on my heart that I wanted to share with you guys as a little Friday motivation. You know what I'm saying? For all of my entrepreneurs out there that's out here getting it, trying to make it happen. And as entrepreneurs, we all kind of hit those obstacles, hit those walls, and we start feeling these type of emotions, start feeling frustrated and overwhelmed and not knowing if this is working and things like that. So I'm hoping that this video is going to be something that really opens you guys up and really just helps to motivate you and get you excited about your business because this, and I put this on my banner, and the question is, are you feeling overwhelmed with your business? Well, congratulations. Welcome to the life of an entrepreneur. Because the one thing that I learned as an entrepreneur, guys, and this is something that I'm gonna give to you guys, is that you got to fall in love with the process just as much as you want to fall in love with the prize. Okay. And everything that you're going through is supposed to happen because when you hit those obstacles, when things aren't growing in your business, when people aren't responding, all of those things, every entrepreneur that's watching this video, no matter what business you're in, guys, have felt the exact same thing. However, when you hit those obstacles, guys, when you hit those walls and those things are happening, that is where the growth begins to happen. Okay, that's where the growth begins to happen because without you hitting those walls and things, you're not learning what you need to do to grow and continue to elevate as an entrepreneur and how to grow your business and how to do different things in your business. If you kind of just look over those things, then you kind of flatline and you just continue doing the same things. And I'll give you for an example. We'll have some people that get into a business and they'll come in based on the fact that it seems easy, right? You see these ads, you come on in, you just got to copy paste and post, and that's all you have to do, and then you can make all of this money and your life's going to change and all of this. So people see these things and they gravitate to that information because people are tired of working their jobs, people are tired of slaving and living paycheck to paycheck. So that sounds really nice. So what ends up happening is they get on board and then they find out that it's more to it than what the ad actually explained. They find out when they get into the business. See, the expectation is never set in the beginning. It's when you get in, is when you start to find out that there's more to building a business, because just because it's a home-based business or online doesn't mean that it's not a business and that you're not going to have to put in the work and have the ups and the downs that come with a business. Okay, it doesn't mean that. But most people, when they get into the business, they already have this expectation that all they got to do is this and they're going to make all of this money. And then what happens is when they come in and they try to do the all you have to do is this, then they find that, oh snap, that doesn't really work that way. There's more to this than I than I had to, right? So now the excitement level that was up here when they initially saw the ad starts to decrease slowly, and then you start seeing more people start, as the excitement decreases, so does their actions. So does their actions, right? Because when you're excited, you're ready to go, you're ready to learn. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm so excited to be part of this team and everything. And then when they get in, and then all of a sudden they see they got to do more work in their business, now you start to see them do less work, because as the excitement comes down, so does their activity. It starts to just kind of come down. So what we do is, then once they kind of hit that level, then they're out. Here's the biggest mistake that people make: they don't learn from the things that they're doing wrong. So they think that it's the opportunity, they think it's the leadership, they think it's the team. They start kind of blaming other aspects as to why they're not succeeding. And then what happens is they look for the next shiny opportunity, that next easy opportunity. Well, did you learn from the first time when you got into business, right? And you seen them ads and you jumped on board and you was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. This is so crazy. All I got to do is copy, paste, and post, and people are just going to sign up and all of this. And then when you didn't have that happen for you, and you jump into the next business and you do the same thing, you go to that business and you're super excited about what they're saying. They're making it seem so easy. You feel like you can do it. You get into that business and you hit the same wall, the same type of obstacle, the same thing that you're running into, right? So you had that same thing happen in one business. You go to another business because you thought it was going to be easier than the one that you were in, and then you thought that everybody would want to jump on board because of your excitement. You go to another business, and now you learn that now you're doing the same thing. So now at this point, you've been in two businesses. You're getting the same results that you were getting in both businesses, pretty much identical. So now it's time to like really stop blaming the opportunity, the leaders and things, and start looking at the things that you're doing. And that's the reason why I say you have to fall in love with the process. Because when you fall in love with the process, you want to learn from your mistakes so that way it helps you grow. You want to be able to take those things and say, okay, what can I do different? Okay, well, I sent this type of email. Maybe I should do it this way. And you just keep plugging away at it until you find what works. Hey, I've been on Facebook. I'm not getting any engagement or whatever the case. Well, now you got to look at, okay, what am I doing? What's the similarities of what am I doing in my posts? Why am I not getting the engagement? Oh, snap. Maybe I'm not engaging with enough people. Let me go and engage with more people because the Facebook algorithm states that I need to start connecting with people as well. So let me go and let's try that, right? And you just have to keep plugging away. All right. There's more than one way to do things in your business, which is the beauty of it. Because if one thing doesn't work, there's a whole list of things that you could be doing in your business. Guys, I'm always testing the waters in my business. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not a big fan of Facebook. I'm not a big fan of Facebook. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. Because they shut down my whole other page without giving me a chance to even fix anything. They said a company said that I had something on my page that that was in against their regulations or whatever the case, and he shut my whole other page down. And I lost out on money because I had people in my inbox. I had been building my algorithm, my audience, everything, and he just shut me down. Now, if I didn't go out and seek other ways to be able to get in front of people and do those things, guys, I would have been stuck on an island not knowing what to do, because I just lost my entire audience over here that I worked so hard to build. And now I had to come to my new page, which is this one, and start rebuilding from scratch. And I can tell you guys, my excitement level was not up here having to do that. Okay. So that's what really pushed me in the direction to be like, okay, well, that happened. So what can I do different so that way I can, if this shuts down over here, I'm okay because I'm putting my business elsewhere so that way I can get more eyeballs on my business. See, I didn't just shut down after the fact. You know what I'm saying? After that happened, I didn't say, oh, just throw my hands up and that's it for my business. I went out and I started seeking other ways to be able to connect with people, utilizing other platforms and different things and testing the waters. You know what I'm saying? I got into outsourcing. You know what I'm saying? Utilizing, Facebook and other platforms. But then I started looking into, outsourcing for leads, like people that's what they do. They generate leads for business. So I'm like, you know what? Let me put my money over here. Let me see what I can get out of here. Let me test the waters over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm testing the waters everywhere that I can until something blows up. But even when something blows up, I'm still testing the waters, because even though something may start working, there may be a point where it doesn't work anymore. And in this industry, you have to be able to adjust to the changes that happen. Things change in the online world all the time. Different algorithms, you got to approach things a different way. You got to be up with the times. You can't just sit back and then get stuck in one way of doing something and then expect that your business is going to go to another level. Okay. So I'm trying to break this down for you guys. I'm a regular person just like you guys. I hit the same walls just like you guys, the same obstacles. Just because I get on these videos and I'm excited and I could talk with you guys and I can present information and do all of those things doesn't mean that I don't have my fair share of obstacles that I hit, my fair share of, problems that I run into and things like that, my fair share of frustrations in the industry, in my business and things like that. Because guys, I work a full-time job. Y'all see this headset on my head, man. I'm taking time out of work so I could talk with you guys. But like I get overwhelmed at times because I feel like I'm working my business, but I'm trying to stay plugged in. At times, there are times that our company comes up with Zoom calls where I have Zoom calls and meetings at my job, and I'm trying to figure out how can I get plugged in. How can I stay plugged in? That is the biggest thing that you have to do in your business, guys. You have to stay plugged in. If you are working and your schedule doesn't permit you to be on some videos, get with your leaders and ask them, hey, is there a recording that I can watch? Hey, did I miss out on a training? I was at work or the kids had something going on. Is there a recording for the training because I want to soak that up? You don't want to miss out on any information. And that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? If I miss out on something, and I try not to, as much as I can, I make sure to get with my leader and I say, hey, I know I can be on the Zoom call, but is there a recording? Absolutely. Let me send that over to you. And then that way, in my time, when I got some downtime, now I can go in and I can look at that information and take my notes and soak that information up. But you gotta continue, guys. You gotta continue to stay plugged into your business. You can't let your frustration decrease your actions in your business, because we all get frustrated. We all do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you build a team and you have a team of people and you're working, but you see that they're not responding to things. They're not hopping on training. That's a frustration in itself, because you can't control people's actions. You can't control what they do. You can't control people plugging into their business when they're on your team. But what you can control is your mindset, your attitude, and your actions, which means that you don't stop working because people are not working on your team or doing anything like that. You have to continue to keep going. You never slow down. If they're not willing to run side by side with you, you have to keep running, because eventually you're going to attract the people that are ready to run with you. Okay? You're going to attract the people that's going to be ready to run with you. And if that means you got to go through 10, 20, 30 different people to find those people, man, it's going to be worth it when you find it. Okay? I'm telling you guys, man, it's my life is busy. I have my job, my children are home at school. I know a lot of you guys can really resonate with that. Your kids are home. My wife, I hear her in there some days, getting frustrated with the kids. Like, I'm here, but then I still have my business I gotta grow. I have people calling me from my business, got questions. Hey, where can I find this? I feel like I'm being pulled in many different directions. Pulled in many different directions. But I stay plugged in. Over my year, guys, I had ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? I had people that came into my business, they was ready to rock and roll, super excited, came in, did nothing, and quit. And I had to rebuild. That happened to me a few times over the year. But the one thing that I didn't change was the fact that I stayed plugged into my business. I stayed plugged in. Every call I can make sure I was on it. Every Zoom call, I made sure I was on it. I kept sending information and just talking with people and doing the things. That's what it was for me. I was like, I just want to stay plugged in, stay plugged in. And then all of a sudden, boom, while working my job, I was able to hit the rank of area executive director, which is super exciting, but I'm still not satisfied. I'm still not satisfied. Why? Because I'm still on this job. I'm still on this job. And I know my why, because I want to have more time. I want to be able to have more freedom to do things. I'm sitting over here making 60 to 70 calls a day, building up a business that they ain't even gave me a raise in almost 2 years from when I started. But in my business, I get a chance to give myself my own raise. Guys, on my next rank, I'll be making more with my business than I am in my salary. More in my business than I'm making with my salary. Like, that right there is exciting. The fact that I can do that. And it shows you when you get in your business and you start hitting those moves and things start changing like that, it'll change your mindset, because you like, okay, I'm over here working for 13, 14, $15 an hour doing all of this stuff. But while I'm at home leveraging social media and connecting with people, I was able to do this within 4 to 6 months. So why am I slaving away over here at this job building a business? They don't want to give me a raise, but over here, I have no limits to how much money I can make in my business. It'll start making you question things. You'll be like, damn, like, what am I doing? And I'm not saying, oh, fire your boss, but if that's not on your mind, at some point, you're gonna be working to the grave. You're gonna be working to pay the bills to the grave. See, my mindset is like, hey, I'm getting that much closer. I could feel my freedom. I could see it right in front of me. I'm that much closer to my freedom. So there's no way that I'm ever gonna fall back and not plug into my business, because I got one or two choices. I could fall back and let my business crumble and then stay stuck on this job that I'm not getting paid what I'm worth, or I could stay plugged in and keep chucking away. Okay. You got to stop basing your success off everybody else's success. I totally understand you see people flying through ranks and all of this stuff and everything like that, guys, and that's okay. Celebrate the victories. Celebrate that, because it should show you that it can be done. It should show you that it can be done, and your time is coming. You just got to keep plugging away. Stay into your business. When them frustrations come, find out what's happening in your business and what you need to change. Make the necessary adjustments and keep going. But you got to fall in love with the process just as much as you fall in love with the prize. The biggest thing is we want to skip over the process and we want to jump right to the prize. I love analogies, right? Here's a great analogy for you. For the people that that's doing some spring cleaning and buying new things for the home and everything, I'm gonna use this, right? You go to IKEA and you go and you purchase you an entertainment center. When you come home, you got this big box that you got. Now on the picture on the box is the finished product. So you like, oh, that's beautiful, right? And then what ends up happening is when you open up that box, right? You got 1,000 pieces, screws, everything that's sitting right there. And the thing is, you got the instructions sitting right next to you. A lot of times, guys, we want to just start building based on the picture on the box as opposed to looking at the instructions. And what ends up happening is you're like, well, I know how to build this. It's pretty easy. And you start building. And what happens is you start missing steps along the way. When you finish that entertainment center, you find that there's a board still sitting on the floor. There's still some screws left. And when you put it together, that entertainment center is wobbly. And guess what? Now you got to take that entertainment center back down, all the time that you put into it and waste it, so that way you can find out where that wood piece goes, where them extra screws go, so that way you can make your entertainment center sturdy. And I'm telling you guys this because a lot of times we come into the business and we base our success off of the top leaders and everything that they're doing, which is good because it shows you that it can be done. But you got to follow the step-by-step blueprint. You can't skip over steps and try to expedite your success. You got to follow them steps and you got to push through just like everybody else did. They may not highlight that in their videos and, oh, this is the steps that I went through. They may just boom, pop out and say, oh, snap, I got this rank. I'm making this type of money. But you got to understand what it takes to get to that. And when you start to understand that, it changes your mindset. It changes your mindset. It's not how you start the race, it's how you finish. It is okay to make mistakes because the mistakes is where the growth happens. So when you hit the mistakes, find out where you hit those mistakes, what went wrong, and what you need to change. Go back out and implement that until you figure out what works. Until you figure out what works. I was just watching Robert Kiyosaki, and he was talking about that. He said entrepreneurs make things happen when it seemed like there's no way that it can happen. So you can't get tripped up by one thing not working and say, oh, this doesn't work. You got to get out here because when there's a will, there's a way, and you need to find the way to make it happen. All right. So with that being said, guys, I just want to come on here and motivate you guys, get fired up. If you frustrated, you hitting them walls right now, this is the time for you to step back, look at where you're at, find out what you need to do different, get back in the game, and let's go. You never seen a sports team go in at halftime and say, you know what, we're down by 21. We might as well throw in the towel. There's no way that we can come back. Hell no. They go into halftime, they pull out that whiteboard, they get back to the basics, and they talk about what went wrong. They talk about the necessary adjustments they're going to make for the second half so they can cut that deficit down so they can win the game. And that's what you should be doing for yours. All right. So with that being said, that's all I got for you. I took enough of my job's time. to come on here and do this live with y'all, man. But listen, I just want to go ahead. So for everybody that's on Facebook that's watching me, man, I appreciate you guys. For everybody that's gonna catch this on my YouTube channel, most definitely, I want to say I appreciate the love and everything. And if you're not on my YouTube channel, guys, let me know. I'll send you the link, man. My YouTube channel's coming along. I'm gonna be sharing some motivation, some tips. I'm gonna just build that page to where that's a place you can go and get some really good, honest information to help you grow in your business, whether you need more leads, whether you need tools and resources to grow your business, everything. I'm gonna have that on my YouTube page for you guys. So that way you could just go there and you could just get started with whatever I got going on, because everything that I do, I've tested it, made sure it works and everything like that. Okay. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much. I hope you guys have an amazing Friday. God bless. And I look forward to talking with all y'all soon. Peace.